Okay, so what's up, guys? Right now I'm making arroz con dulce, or sweet rice, coconut rice pudding. Right now I've got 2 cups worth of medium grain rice that's been soaking in a bowl of water for about 30 minutes. So now I'm going to start the rest of the recipe. As you can see, we got rice right here, and it's absorbed a little bit of the water and puffed back up, but it's also getting rid of all the starch. We're going to give that another 15 minutes, and it should be good to go. In here, I have 6 cups of water that I'm going to start to boil, high heat. And in this bowl right here, I have about 2 tablespoons worth of star anise. I have 6 or 7 sticks of cinnamon, depending on how much flavor you want it to bring. I got about 1.5 teaspoons of cloves. I don't know if you can see them down there. And 1.5 inch piece of ginger, peeled and sliced. And this is going to go straight into the water. Right now we're making a tea. So this water is going to absorb all of that flavor, and it's going to cause the rice to become perfumed once the rice absorbs this water. So now while that's working, what I'm going to do is just go through the rest of the ingredients that we need for this recipe. And one of the most important ingredients, for this recipe is Coco Lopez brand cream of coconut. If you're using anything else, this will not turn out good. It will not be the same as it is now. So 1 can of Coco Lopez, right? We got 2 cans of coconut milk, right here. Goya coconut milk, can't go wrong. We got 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. You can use Carnation, you can use Nestle Lechera. Doesn't matter, it's the same thing. And then 1 can of carnation milk, evaporated milk, as well as raisins. Just add a little bit of extra flavor, texture, tartness to it. Some vanilla, salt, and in this cup I have roughly 1 cup of brown sugar. I ran out of dark brown sugar while I was making this, so I just substituted a little bit of light brown sugar. The reason I want the dark brown sugar in this recipe is to give it more of a molasses hit on the tongue rather than just sweetness. We're making the tea right now. This is boiling up, starting to. We're gonna give that a stir, and then we're gonna drain off this rice and get ready to add it into this pot once this boils and we make the tea. It should be about another 15 minutes until this water absorbs all that essence that's in there. Okay guys, so this tea has been boiling for about 15 minutes now. We're going to remove all the pieces of cinnamon, clove, ginger, and star anise from this broth. Once everything is removed and we're 100% sure there's no small pieces in there, you're going to go ahead and add the cinnamon sticks back to it, followed by the rice. Give that a little bit of a stir, and we're going to add in some butter, and we're going to do a couple pinches of salt. That was about 1 tablespoon of butter. You really don't need that much. A little bit of fat helps it along the way, though. And now we're going to hit it with some raisins. I did about 3/4 worth of a cup because I really do like the tartness that the raisins bring when eating this rice pudding. Give that a good stir. Let that boil and allow the rice to soak up all of that flavor. 10 minutes. And I figured I'd put the dog in the video. This is Chunky. His real name is Twix, and he loves getting his head massaged. And I'm doing that stupid Yoda pug thing that I saw on TikTok once or twice. Yeah, that's my boy. So the rice has absorbed most of the water. I'm just going to let this go for a little bit longer before adding in our milks. At this point in time, this is perfect. The rice is looking nice and dry. So now we're going to hit it with our evaporated milk and both cans of coconut milk. Once this boils back up, I'm going to put the lid on it and wait for it to really absorb and thicken. I check this once every 5 minutes or so. And all I'm testing for now is just to make sure that the rice is cooked through. I don't want to overcook this rice because I don't want it to be a total pile of mush. This is already very thick and very dense, so a little bit of texture would be nice in this. Now that the rice is cooked, I'm going to add in all the sweet parts of the recipe. So that's going to be the condensed milk, the 1 can of coconut cream, and I'm going to add in the brown sugar. And just be sure to stir it and get all those lumps out. Make sure everything is as smooth as it possibly can be. And that's really it. This recipe is really simple. It's really easy to make. It's fun. And this lasted, I think, 2 days in my house. It went so fast. After tasting it and sampling it, I decided to put a little bit of vanilla into it as well, just to break up how overly sweet it is. But thankfully, it's not just all sweet. There's a ton of flavor in there, especially because of the broth or tea that was made earlier in the video. So I hope you guys like this video. Like, subscribe, follow, comment, whatever you got to do. Just support the cause. This recipe was so much fun to make, and it truly was authentic. My mother-in-law, who's tasting it right now, she had it the following day, and it brought her right back to her childhood, and she broke down in tears. It was such a nice emotional time for us, and I'm just glad I could bring her back to that point in time of her life.